In the previous chapter, we saw Zhuo Fan unravel the mystery behind the eerie fog, revealing it to be a powerful illusion array powered by sacred stones. Despite the mocking threats from the mastermind, Zhuo Fan remained calm and composed. Chu Qingcheng's unwavering trust in him stood out as she confidently declared she felt safe with him by her side. Let's begin the chapter. Zhuo Fan's heart twitched, and his mouth curved into a smile as his hand gently touched Chu Qingcheng's back, a red glow flowing from his palm into her. "No matter what happens, I'll never leave you," he said softly. The two fiends were speechless. Fiend Gui stammered, "Zhuo Fan, Fiend Yang is still waiting for us to save him." Suddenly, a crackling voice filled the air. "Bastard! Take your hand off her! This woman belongs to me! You dare take food from my mouth! Do you want to die? Keep showing off and I'll make sure you die faster!" Zhuo Fan smirked, raising their joined hands deliberately to provoke the voice. "I'm just that charming. What are you going to do about it?" The voice cackled angrily, and the fog surged toward them, swallowing everything and everyone in its path, as it had done to countless victims before. "Don't overestimate yourself," the crackling voice thundered. "I will have you suffer in the 7th grade soul-rotting moon array for 49 days, and when I'm done with her, I'll make sure to tell you all about it." "Ha ha ha!" The disciples tried to flee, but the fog quickly overtook them, leaving only Zhuo Fan and Chu Qingcheng standing. The two stepped back as far as they could, but the fog finally enveloped them. Chu Qingcheng's mind hazed over, and Zhuo Fan shouted, "Qingcheng!" But his voice was cut off, as his own eyes glazed over, falling victim to the fog's illusions. The voice cackled once more. "Fool! No matter how sharp your mind is, you're too weak to stop me. You're just a puny scent-layer radiant stage cultivator. It's a waste of time to play with someone like you. Otherwise, this game might have been fun. Hehehe." Zhuo Fan's hand, still on Chu Qingcheng, was forcefully thrown off as distant laughter echoed around him. But what the voice failed to notice was the bright azure flame that flickered in Zhuo Fan's eyes. Deep within Zhuo Fan's soul, a prismatic dragon stirred. Though surrounded by the fog, the dragon remained untouched, shielded by a brilliant azure light. Its eyes snapped open, and with a mighty roar, the azure flame erupted in a torrent, burning away every trace of the fog. Zhuo Fan opened his eyes, the azure flame flickering on his forehead, his mind now clear. "Ha ha ha," he laughed darkly. "That guy played his hand for so long he got cocky, but he doesn't understand. Those who laugh last laugh best." Zhuo Fan smirked. "With the azure flame protecting my soul, no array will ever harm me. Now then, time to track him down." He glanced at the white surroundings left behind by the fog and sighed. "Almost forgot. I'm still stuck in his array. But if he can set up one, so can I. Sacred stones? Please, if there's one thing I have in abundance, it's sacred stones. After all, I'm your ancestor. He, he, he." With a sinister laugh, Zhuo Fan waved his hands, releasing a dazzling light that formed an intricate array around him. He made a hand sign and shouted, "Array on array!" In a deep cave, a shrill scream echoed against the solid walls. Shui Rohua and the others, newly captured, opened their eyes to a horrifying scene. Before them stood a red-haired man, his face flushed and twisted into a vile grin. It was the same youth they had encountered 2 weeks ago. And beside him lay a familiar woman, her body weak and trembling under the torment inflicted by that wretched man. Shui Ruohua shouted angrily, "You bastard! Let her go!" The redhead snickered, his voice dripping with malice. Hi, lass. Are you that eager? Don't worry, your turn will come soon." Shui Ruohua snapped. "Shameless!" Fiend Yang, meanwhile, was drooling at the sight. "Hey, pilgrim. We don't even know them. We just bumped into each other. Do whatever you want with the girls, but let us go," the redhead sneered. "Let you go?" He chuckled darkly. He. I saw you trying to help them. Don't think your act will fool me." Fiend Yang sighed in exasperation. Our leader is an old friend of that woman, so he wanted to help. We're just bystanders, the redhead scoffed. Who cares? You're in my cave, so that makes you my prey. You're at my mercy, he he he. With another sinister laugh, he turned his attention back to the woman under him. Her cries grew weaker until she finally fell silent, her body drying up in mere seconds, reduced to nothing more than a husk. Fiend Yang's eyes widened in horror. He's absorbing yin energy! Desperate, Fiend Yang tried reasoning. Brother, since you're practicing the method of absorbing yin, us old men are useless to you. Why don't you let us go? The redhead ignored him, instead flicking his finger to summon a young disciple into his grasp. Red lights emanated from the youth as the redhead drained his life essence. In moments, the youth was reduced to a lifeless husk. Fiend Yang's face twitched. Dude, are you a man or a woman? Can't you just pick one? At least leave the rest of us some hope of surviving? The redhead grinned maniacally. Hey, 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 I take both yin and yang. Don't worry, I'll be savoring an ethereal stage expert's essence soon. That will truly be a treat. Ha ha ha.